Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, let's talk about what's going on with the channel really quick, and then we will talk about tonight. We had a lot of things go down, especially with SmackDown, and there's a lot of other news going on in the wonderful world of wrestling. And let's get things started here with SmackDown tonight. Let's actually get some people in the chat here first, make sure this is working. Just want to make sure this is going down. I haven't done a live stream in a bit here, so just make sure everything is good. Everything seems good. Just making sure. The stream looks healthy before we get into what's going on right now. Can everybody hear me? Just want to make sure the stream is healthy. There's no lag. I do have a bit of a new setup here. What's up, Hawkeye? What's up, Genesis? Let's talk about SmackDown and some of the matches now that are set for Super ShowDown. Super ShowDown is on the 27th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. WWE hasn't actually put out any information as far as tickets go for this event, and as far as where it's going to be held, it's actually going to be held at a smaller venue. It's not going to be held at that international stadium it usually is held. It's going to be held at a place called the Boulevard in Zone 1, and it is a place called the Muhammad Abdu Theater at the Boulevard. WWE is calling it the Boulevard Arena, but it is called the Muhammad Abdu Arena. It holds about 20,000 people, and it is a smaller venue than the last time WWE was in Saudi Arabia, but it still holds about 20,000 people, so it is interesting. As far as the match card for that does go, tonight on Friday Night SmackDown, they did solidify a few matches, one being the major announcement for the Universal Championship. We have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, versus Goldberg. Goldberg did state that Bray Wyatt is next. And then we also have the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Ricochet. For the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, we have the New Day versus The Miz and John Morrison. And in a steel cage match, hopefully they end this feud here. What's going on, Steve? Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. And now something that wasn't announced on SmackDown, but prior to SmackDown, WWE did put out some advertising stating the winner of a fatal four-way match that happened on SmackDown tonight will face Bayley at Super ShowDown for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That was Carmella who did win it tonight, so it does look like she will be facing Bayley at WWE Super ShowDown. The big question now is, what's going to happen with The Fiend versus Bill Goldberg at Super ShowDown? Will The Fiend defeat Goldberg? Will Goldberg defeat The Fiend and win the Universal Championship? The end game here is The Fiend versus Roman Reigns, or Roman Reigns versus the Universal Champion at WWE WrestleMania in April. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not The Fiend does leave Riyadh with that championship and then from there face Roman Reigns, or if we do see something different like Goldberg winning that championship and then facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Not sure how this one's going to end, but that is the match card for Super ShowDown. Run it through real quick once again. WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Ricochet. Universal Championship, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Goldberg. New Day versus The Miz and John Morrison for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Steel cage match, Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. And SmackDown Women's Championship match, Bayley versus Carmella. Where is the Super ShowDown going to take place? Foxy Plush Vids, it is going to take place at the Boulevard in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It is a smaller venue, holds about 20,000 people. And let's get into some of the other news. Major news right now is from the WWE's latest investors call, and that has to do with the future of the WWE Network, as Vince McMahon did state that the company is evaluating strategic alternatives to its streaming services. And if they did get a new partner, it will be transformative. And major players in the OTT business are clamoring for rights to their content. Let's break this down. Let's see what all of this means. Basically, what could happen here is WWE could sell off their pay-per-view business to another provider, to another streaming provider. And from this, WWE Network might not have pay-per-views. It might just be a few pay-per-views they'll have, or they might be missing out on the big four pay-per-views like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Those could all end up on another platform. And Mike Johnson of PW Insider did note earlier today that discussions began last month between Peacock and the WWE. And a lot of people are wondering, what is Peacock? That is a new streaming service from NBC Universal. They're going to be charging about $10 a month. And this could be something that brings some new something new to the Peacock brand. They haven't launched yet. They're going to launch on the 15th of April. So if WWE does decide to take $10 to $20 million per pay-per-view, put it on a streaming service, fans would be able to watch it on something different than the WWE Network. There's a few different options out there. Obviously they can go with DAZN or ESPN Plus, but it looks like something like Peacock would be the best bet, just because WWE does have that strong relationship with NBC Universal. NBC Universal does handle WWE's Raw as well as NXT. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they do move their pay-per-view business to another provider, and whether or not it's going to be taken off the WWE Network. George Barrios, one of the former co-presidents who was fired from the WWE, has been speaking over the last year about a tiered service, a tiered portion of the WWE Network, and he was the major figureheads behind this new reimagined WWE Network. They still are working on the WWE Network, a tiered version. What it will look like in the future, that remains to be seen. But last year, the proposal was to have a free version, which they quietly rolled out, and then have a regular version, and then have a premium version, which would have things like offline downloading, free shipping, and things like that on a premium tier. Free version would basically have everything you can already get on YouTube and other social channels. Regular version will remain as is now, could change in the future with pay-per-views moving off of the network, and a premium version would have just added value there. Not sure if they're going to still go with that route with those three tiers, and where WWE pay-per-views will end up in the future. Whether it'll go to someone like the Peacock, NBC Universal streaming service, or an ESPN Plus or something different. Vince McMahon did note on the latest investors call that they will have an announcement before the end of quarter one, and that the quarter ends on the 31st of March. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how this one does play out. A premium version of the WWE Network they're proposing last year would cost about $15 a month. I don't know if this is all going to be overhauled now from this blockbuster announcement from Vince McMahon that basically they are open for business, and if WWE wants to sell off the rights to the pay-per-view business, it can go somewhere else, and we might not see pay-per-views on the WWE Network, or we might only see some, specials on there. What's up, Jonelle Jackson? In other news here, Buddy Murphy, he got a slight name change. He is now known simply as Murphy, according to Pro Wrestling Sheet. The reason behind this change is now that he's aligned with Seth Rollins and part of, this Monday Night Messiah, WWE feels they don't think that somebody with the name Buddy could be a disciple. So they've changed it simply to Murphy. Other news, with the WWE star Tanera Conti, she reportedly has walked out from the company Fightful Selected report earlier that Conti had a disagreement with the company in the middle of January, walked out, and some of the PC believed that it was financially motivated, but that has yet to be confirmed. The report does also indicate that her locker at the Performance Center has since been cleared out. She last worked a match in Buffalo, New York on the 12th of January. She signed back in October 2016, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not she's actually gone from the company or if they're working something out. What's up, Lyric Boy? What's up, DJ the Blogger Sphere Dude Guy 2019? What's up, Jerome Spicer? How y'all doing tonight? Just going over a few bits and pieces of news. This is something I'm going to try to do hopefully nightly. Go on this live stream and talk about the day's news. Other news here is a major name heading to Raw this Monday. Shayna Baszler is expected to join the Raw brand this upcoming Monday. On Raw, Dave Meltzer first reported that Baszler will be a regular on Monday Night Raw, and the Mike Johnson PW Insider did report earlier today that she is set to be in Ontario, California this upcoming Monday for Raw. She is expected to challenge Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 36 for the Raw Women's Championship. What's going on, Nathan Owens? I do appreciate all the support here. So that'll be interesting to see as well. At one point, Baszler was going to win the 2020 Royal Rumble. They obviously changed that to Charlotte Flair. So it does look like Shayna Baszler will be on Raw this upcoming Monday, challenging Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 36. And as far as any other news that's going on right now, the only other bit of tidbits I can give you is this new docuseries that is coming to the WWE Network, Ruthless Aggression docuseries. It does premiere on February 16th on demand. They're going to go over the years of the Ruthless Aggression, 2002 to 2008. There's going to be 5 episodes, exclusive behind-the-scenes footage that hasn't been seen yet, as well as special interviews with the likes of Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and many more. So it'll be interesting to see if you were a fan of the Ruthless Aggression era from 2002, 2008. They will have a docu-series. And let me get into the chat here before I go. These videos are meant to be quick, 10 minutes live stream, go over the major news of the day, talk a little bit, and go from there. Will you be trying to find WrestleMania stage pictures near April and revealing it on the channel? Foxy Plush Vids, definitely. Legendary, Ontario, Canada. No, Ontario, California is where actually Raw will be this upcoming Monday, not Ontario, Canada. King 2K100, what's going on? Any word on Sting trying to face The Undertaker? So with Sting, there was some talks backstage that they were going to try to bring Sting in for Super ShowDown. Those talks actually died down. So at this point in time, I don't know if that's actually going to happen. See if there's anything else in here before I get going. Does look like, do you see a CM Punk return heel? I don't see a CM Punk return. BM Scorpio, I do appreciate the kind words here. But that being said, that's going to be my time for tonight. Join me once again tomorrow night for another edition live with the day's news, 10 p.m. Eastern time. As always, don't forget to DDT that like button and subscribe. Join the notification squad to be notified of new videos. And have a great day.